What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another movie review, and this time it's Godzilla versus Kong. If you have seen any of my reactions to the trailers that came out, I kind of checked every single clip and trailer that came out. You would know that every part of my body was ready for this. I was so ready, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have the same sentiments toward this. The trailers were really good. I don't think the movie lived up to the hype that they created. Now, that does not mean that I actually end up hating the movie. I do think it's a good movie. You can even say a really good one, but there are elements to it that still bog it down, and it's mostly related to some of the human characters that if at the end of it, you really think that they were not needed. At least some of them. Some of them I do think actually helped expand the mythology, but some of them were just there for the sake of there because of continuations from the previous movie. But they did not really add anything to actually make them be in this movie. They're just there because, again, they were in the previous one in the King of Monsters, so they have to be here. Now, the best part about this movie are the two monsters, Kong and Godzilla. Everything, every single thing related to these two was bang on. The CGI was so good. It does not look that it's fake. At no point did it look like that we are looking at monsters that are created by CGI. It looked real. The fights were amazing, especially the last act. The 30-minute fight sequence is one of the best sequences you will ever see in a monster movie. Another good thing, though, I would say is that they learned from King of Monsters. They did learn that you don't really need that many characters jammed into the plot for just the sake of like every single person has to do something. You can literally cut down a lot of these characters and actually have more of a compact movie, and it will serve you better. And they learned that lesson. I do think in terms of that, this movie is much more concise. It's right to the point. There's not a lot of nonsense with different characters trying to do different things. There's literally two set of characters. They're following these two paths into trying to find different things. Some of the characters are actually with Kong. The others, basically Millie Bobby Brown's and her group of characters, they're on this mission to find why Godzilla is acting this way. Now, this set of characters, I actually had a problem with. They really did not add to the movie in a way that actually says that, oh, they should be in this movie. Again, Billy Bobby Brown was there because she was in the previous one, so they kind of carried her over. But really, towards the end of it, all these three characters don't really end up helping the plot. Even there is a very small moment towards the end where one of the characters' techniques or things that he can use to help actually ends up not really helping that much. You could really tweak that moment and actually have something else happen, and you can literally sit there and be like, oh, these three characters did not really do anything for the plot. So that whole arc, I did feel like 10-15 minutes could have easily been cut off, and you actually have a much better and faster paced movie. I think every time like we actually saw these characters on screen, the movie really did not go anywhere. Yeah, there were some plot points revealed, but they can be revealed just like that. You don't have to have those characters be there to reveal it. You can just show us what the bad guys or so are doing, and you can just learn through that. There's also, in a way, two bad guys, and again, they could have just made one. One literally is not even used in a way, and the other one is just, again, just there for the sake of being there and to be the bad guy, and that literally it. And again, they could have had just one character and that would have been actually better. The characters I did like were towards the Kong side. There's a little girl that Kong actually can communicate with, and she has this sign language, and it's actually, those scenes are actually a bit heartwarming that they're actually showing that Kong's, you know, love for the people, like that he does care, that caring feeling I actually liked. And then those set of characters actually helped expand the mythology of the monster world. There's this new world that we actually discover, and this is not a spoiler. You've watched the trailer, even the first trailer, you know what I'm talking about. And that journey is actually much more entertaining. Again, at some point, stupid decisions are there. Some humans are just, again, sake of doing stuff, they're doing stuff. They're there. That all is there. The usual monster movie tropes. They do exist, but that storyline actually has a much more meaningful path than the one that is basically on the way to find why Godzilla is angry. Godzilla is actually used in a very different way than I actually thought. The focus of the movie is a lot on the Kong, and again, there's this weapon you've seen in the trailer, and the whole mythology and the world, and how he actually is involved in the larger monsterverse, and against Kong, and if there are any grudges or not. So they actually do explore a bit of that. And again, why Godzilla is angry, it actually makes sense, because there is a point where when you start learning things and you really feel for Godzilla. I mean, they're the way some of the characters are using some of the things, you do feel for it. So you feel, okay, why this monster is actually really pissed off. And again, the ending of the movie is really bang on. That literally is, well, if you go into the theaters, you will have a blast. I actually watched it at home, but this is a movie you definitely need to watch in the theaters if you can. Now, at the end, after everything is said and done, I do think this is a good 7 out of 10. It is a bit disappointing. I do expect a lot from this movie, and I'm still expecting a lot, even though I've already watched it. Maybe I'll watch it again. I'll have a second opinion, but I do think the trailers were such a blast to watch that I don't think the movie really touched that hype. So, a good 7 out of 10 for me. So what did you all think about this? Did you like the movie? Did you hate it? Did you think it was average? Did you think it was better than the previous ones or not? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. If you like this review, there are a whole lot of others on the channel. Please go have a watch. And yeah, other than that, take it easy. Take care. And I will catch you all later. Until then, ta-ta. AK out.